All right, you guys, I'm so excited. I am finally done with the book. This is a book update. These are my author copies. I made a lot of changes, not a lot to the cover. Like one of the things that I changed was my name being so huge on the cover that I did not realize. So I tested this out to see it being smaller and like that much better because I don't want my name to take away from the focal point, which is the book, not my name. So that's one of the things that I did. Um, One of the edits that I made. So the final version will look more like this. Well, not more. It will look like this instead of the big name. Um, I did change the cover to reflect because I really did like the white and the black instead of the big yellow. So a lot of aesthetic changes that I made to the book. I wanted to see what they look like in coil and paperback. Let me tell y'all, hands down, I absolutely love the coil bound. So shout out to you guys for providing your feedback when I was trying to figure out my binding decisions. I did decide to go ahead and offer the book in three different versions. So there is this coil version. There is also the softcover paperback, and then there's also a digital version. The digital version is a fillable PDF that allows you, as soon as you purchase it, instantly get access to the book. You're able to open it on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, and then begin to immediately type inside of it. Save your work, go back and edit, add some more to it, all that good stuff. Um, I have a couple books that are digital books like that I write in on my iPad, and I absolutely love it. So I'm very excited that um, the digital version is done, right? So yeah, couple things. I tried out different um, printing vendors, so to speak, or print on demand companies. These two came from Lulu, and these two came from Blurb. Um, I've used both in with my previous book and liked them both. Lulu is probably my favorite, just because they offer the coil and Blurb did not. So I decided to go with all my versions with Lulu just to make it easier. So yeah, I'm excited. Y'all don't know what to do. Oh my goodness. This book is for the age group of 16 to 24-year-olds who are my high school juniors and seniors who are preparing for life after graduation and trying to figure out what that's going to look like. For my high school graduates that are either navigating college right now, maybe on a gap year trying to figure things out. College students who are on their own for the first time. Young people who receive their GED and are on the path of building their life. Young people working day in and day out and trying to map out a plan for their life. Even young adults who have aged out of foster care and are on their own and may be feeling alone or helpless in the world. People who have been incarcerated during their youth and now are free and rebuilding their life. I tried to think of so many different scenarios based on when I left home at 17 years old, the different people that came across my path, friends that I had, their journeys, and that's why it's reflected back here on who this book is for, because there is no cookie cutter young adult, right? Everyone is going to have different backgrounds and come from different circumstances, and so I wanted to make sure that this book, that they know this book is for you. If one of these things, one of these circumstances may resonate with you. I tried to cover as much information as I could think of without making the book more pages than it currently is, which is why I separated the two. This was the appendix section that was inside this book, but this page size is already 252 pages. Um, and I didn't want to go, obviously, more pages than that. Um, yeah. And then the workbook is 152, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. So, it covers, this is a 14 chapter book with a bonus chapter about um, legal issues and things like that, knowing your legal rights, dealing with attorneys, things like that. I added that just because, I mean, our young adults, they need to know. This is also great for parents if you're trying to, if you're looking for a way to kind of start those conversations with your young adult and seeing exactly where their head is at, wanting to get a feeling for what their plans are, and kind of navigate this book with them. That could be a great thing. Same as with educators or any other like organizations that may work with young adults. This is something just to kind of just get the ball rolling, so to speak, right? So everything from becoming an adult, getting a job, managing money, protecting themselves, figuring out where you're going to live, how you're going to get around, staying focused, taking care of yourself, traveling, how to get birth certificates and social security cards, all these different things, right? So that is what you can expect to find inside of this book, even down to what a W-2 looks like, how to read your paycheck when you start working, what a 1040 looks like, W-2s, just all the different things that, again, I had to learn the hard way, and want to be a solution, essentially. We already talk about how adulting is so challenging. Like, you can literally flip through a couple of videos, and like every few videos you see how people are talking about how hard adulting is, and it is challenging, but just as much as it's challenging, it's also rewarding as well. And I just wanted to this book to be a solution, right? To kind of give young adults a way to plan out what they want their future to look like, right? And know that things are going to change, but to at least have something to be able to physically grasp, write down their ideas. So the workbook actually is, like I said, the appendix. Oh, my phone cut out. Okay, that was weird. So, like I said, the workbook is the appendix section of the book. It has a lot of different examples. So, like, for instance, one of my favorite things in here is an apartment rental application, knowing what that looked like, knowing what kind of information that apartment companies will ask for, landlords may ask for, and this gives young adults the opportunity to practice what to include and put on a apartment rental application, even down to what a lease agreement looks like. And this is a short version. Of course, we know lease agreements can be usually 3 to 4 pages, if not longer. But this is kind of like the meat of a lease agreement, just to kind of give them an idea. Things they'll need for their first place. Just all kind of information in here that I am so essentially excited about. Um, yeah, I, this video can end up being so long. I can keep going on and on, but overall, just wanted to let you guys know the book is ready. I'm excited to hear your feedback. I would love to hear my young adults what you guys think. There are going to be obviously future editions of this book, so this is edition one because as we know, things change in the world and life, and as I get that feedback, I want to be able to put that into future editions, so that way this is something that continues for the next generation, and so forth and so on. So be sure to visit www.thefirsttimeadult.com. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Thanks so much. Bye.